Alright, so here it is. This is the Prot Warrior, guys. Bringing it to you from the Legion Alpha, latest build. We'll go ahead and start with the talents and abilities. Abilities are going to be Battle Cry. You do have a DPS increase ability as Prot Warrior. Let's loose a Battle Cry, granting 100% increased critical strike chance for 5 seconds. So just like any of the DPS warriors, same cooldown. Berserker Rage, no changes here, guys. It's going to just give you immunity to fear, sap, and incapacitate for 6 seconds. Good stuff. Demoralizing Shout's the same, 1.5 minute cooldown, reducing enemy damage that they do to you for 20%, so lasts 8 seconds. Devastate, a direct strike, dealing physical damage, 30% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Shield Slam. Focused Rage, focus your rage on the next Shield Slam, causing it to deal 5,000 additional damage, stacking up to 3 times, unaffected by the global cooldown. So if you have extra rage to burn, I guess this is a way to increase your actual damage. I don't know how well that's going to play in a PvE focus, maybe better for PvP. Unless you really build up that much extra rage. We've got Heroic Leap here. It's instant. It's on a 45-second cooldown. Leap through the air toward the target location, slamming down with the destructive force. This hasn't changed, guys. This is a little bit of your piece of mobility. Just select an area and boom, there you go. Looks like they changed the animation a bit, which is kind of cool. Heroic Throw, just your range pull. Ignore Pain is your new active mitigation. We still have Shield Block, but this is the next one. It's instant. It's a 1 second cooldown. Fight through the pain, ignoring 90% of the next almost 100k damage you take from any sources. This is pretty insane. I don't know how well this is going to play, but we'll see what it does. But if I'm reading this right, basically, out of 99,000 damage, we're only going to take 9,000. That's just my basic math right now. And then Intercept. Intercept has taken over Charge. Basically, you can end up, if you target an enemy, it's going to act the same as Charge. If you target an ally, it's going to act like Intercept on live right now. They basically took 2 buttons and smashed it into one and made it this way. Kind of an interesting deal. They gave it 2 charges for us, probably to work it both directions. And it generates 20 rage. So, just remember that. Intercept is basically going to take the next melee or range attack against the ally within 10 seconds and turn it to you. Last Stand, still a basic cooldown. Increases current and maximum health by 30% for 15 seconds. Not too shabby. Pummels your interrupt. Revenge. Revenge has changed a little bit. Instead of automatically hitting the target and 2 others, I believe is what it does on live. It swings in a wide arc, dealing 19,785 damage to all enemies in front of you. So it's a cleave. Your successful dodges and parries resets the remaining cooldown on Revenge, so that's still really nice. Shield Block here. Original and still here, second active mitigation. Raises your shield, blocking every melee attack against you for 6 seconds. These blocks can be critically blocked. Increases shield slam damage by 60% while active. That's because I have a talent though, guys. I do have a talent that's allowing that extra damage. Shield Slam, slam the target with your shield, causing physical damage. That hasn't changed none. Shield Wall, still 4 minute cooldown, reduce all damage you take by 40% for 8 seconds. Spell Reflection, raise your shield, reflecting spells cast on you and reducing magical damage you take by 30%. Lasts 5 seconds or until a spell is reflected. Taunt, pretty self-explanatory. Thunderclap blasts all enemies within 16 yards for small damage and reduces their movement speed. Victory Rush, instant, strikes the target causing physical damage and healing you for 30%, but you can only use it within 20 seconds after you kill an enemy. Then you have Deep Wounds. Your Devastating Revenge also cause bleed damage over 15 seconds. It's no longer tied to, the bleed damage is no longer tied to Thunderclap, guys. It's on Revenge. So Thunderclap's just going to be a filler button if you don't have anything else to do. Mastery. It's still critical block. Increase your chance to block by 16% and your chance to critically block by 49%, and also your attack power by 32%. Simple stuff. Good little start on there. And then we'll take a look real quick at the PvE talents. I'm not going to go over the PvP talents today, guys. I plan on getting some PvP in hopefully within the next month, and we'll look over them a bit more. 15, Shockwave. Sends a wave of force and frontal cone, causing 5,025 damage and stunning all enemies within 10 yards for 4 seconds. Cooldown reduced by 20 seconds if it strikes at least 3 targets. So basically, if you hit at least 3 targets with this thing, you can stun lock the crap out of them. It's on a 40-second cooldown, so it cuts the cooldown in half. Makes it real nice. Good way of survivability, especially in some of these dungeons. And then we've got Stormbolt. Hurls your weapon at the enemy, causing physical damage and stunning for 4 seconds. This no longer does increase damage if the target's not stunnable, so it's lost its use, in my opinion. Especially on a 30-second cooldown. You might as well just go with Shockwave, because you're not going to stun a single target enemy usually. And if this is only 10 seconds more, we're good. Warbringer. Intercept now brings damage to all enemies within 5 yards of the target and stuns them for 1.5 seconds. So when you charge in, this actually does an automatic damage to everything. Gives you that threat so you don't accidentally skip by them. Kind of cool. I always ran into that problem every now and then. If I couldn't get the Thunderclap right away, they'd go everywhere, especially if you got a, trigger happy hunter. Level 30 is Second Wind. Restore 7% health every 1 second when you have not taken damage for 5 seconds. Inspiring Presence. You inspire allies within 60 yards, granting them 3% leech. I did take this one just because, 3% passive healing for everybody doing damage is pretty cool. Double Time increases the maximum number of charges of Intercept by 1 and reduces cooldown by 3 seconds. If you've got to move a lot, this is going to be an awesome ability. If there's just something where you got to get from one end to the other, this is going to be great. 45 is Renewed Fury. Its passive, Ignore and Pain, also enrages you, increasing all damage you deal by 10% for 6 seconds. I went this way because I wanted to test out the new mechanic, just to give it a shot. Ultimatum passive, your shield slam critical strikes cause your next focus rage to cost no rage. This is just a way to end up getting a little more damage put on, guys. If you end up critically striking with your shield slam, you're going to be able to hit focus rage, which is the one that's building up your next shield slam's damage. So it's just a little perk of crit. Avatar, instant 1.5 minute cooldown. This is not changed. You turn into a Colossus, and it causes you to deal 20% increased damage and removing all roots and snares. Same as on live. The visual's still the same also, and I just have never cared for that spell too much. Level 60, you still have Vigilance. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. Protect an ally for 12 seconds, reducing damage they take by 30% and allowing you to use Taunt with no cooldown. Again, no changes there. Bounding Stride reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds, and Heroic Leap now also increases your run speed by 70% for 3 seconds. More mobility, guys. You can build a completely mobile spec so far. Crackling Thunder increases the radius of Thunderclap by 100%. I took this just for an additional pickup, just in case. We'll see how it plays. As you can see, it's not a very large area at all. It's originally 8 yards. This makes it 16. So 75, best serve cold. Revenge generates 2 additional rage for each target that it hits, so if you're tanking trash, this is going to let you keep up with everything. The next one is Never Surrender passive. Ignore pain will ignore up to 100% more damage based on your missing health. This one is looking really good if you're playing real low, or if the boss has a mechanic that's going to keep you low on health. This is going to be great. Indomitable passive increases your maximum health by 25% and the maximum effect of Ignore Pain by 25%. I took this one mainly because extra HP and then extra damage reduction's always going to be awesome. Level 90, you got Vengeance. It's passive. Ignore Pain, reduce the rage cost of your next focused rage by 50%, and focused rage reduces the rage cost of your next Ignore Pain by 50%. So basically what they're doing is you can go back and forth between Ignore Pain and focused rage to increase your damage and also your mitigation. I'm not 100% sure on that one. It's a wax and wane. It kind of gives it a different gameplay for button swapping, so that it may be a fun way to end up going with it later on down the road. But I went with Into the Fray. It's passive. You gain 3% haste for each enemy within 10 yards, up to 5 enemies. The reason why I took this is because of the bleed damage that we end up putting on, and the other reason why I took this is, well, they're saying that haste is going to affect your rage generation. So I wanted to test it. I'm not 100% sure on how it's going to play. We'll see how that goes, guys. Booming Voice, boom, boom, boom. Passive, Demoralizing Shout also generates 50 rage and increases damage you deal to affected targets by 20%. So, every 1.5 minutes, basically, guys, it's going to generate you 50 rage and allow you to rip them a new asshole as they can't do nothing to you. That's a fun one. That's also a gameplay deal if you're picking up ads every minute and a half or something, to where you can use that. That's going to be very effective. I can see what Blizzard went for here, and they're really designing your talents around different, around different boss mechanics or something that's going to end up affecting you later. And they really got that taken care of on the Class Fantasy through your talents too. Level 100, Anger Management's passive. Every 10 rage you spend reduces the remaining cooldown on Battlecry, Last Stand, and Shield Wall by 1 second. So, nothing too big here. Rage reduces cooldowns, that's basically it. And then I went with Heavy Repercussions. It's passive. Shield Slam extends the duration of Shield Block by 1.5 seconds, and Shield Block increases the damage of Shield Slam by an additional 30%. So basically what you're supposed to do here is after you Shield Blocks, Shield Slam, and it's going to do additional damage, and also extend that Shield Block. So just a little way of keeping your active mitigation up, your block active mitigation, and a little extra damage push. Ravager, it's the same as on live, guys. You throw this thing down, it twirls around in a circle, and it does damage. Nothing fun. Alright, so we're going to start on this lovely artifact quest as soon as I pull me out a mount here. Let's go. We'll put a cow on a rocket. Kablam. So I haven't done anything with this. This is actually, we're going to get into this artifact quest because if it's anything like the Paladin one, the art team did an amazing job on the shield for the Paladin one. But with that being said, I don't find the Paladin as fun as I used to. Really seems like it's been blanded down. So we'll see how that just affects the warrior here. Hopefully the warrior does really well. I bet that's going to be some pretty good voice acting once we get into it. This looks awfully familiar. Oh, that's right. We got to open the class hall first and then go into the artifact quest. See how this plays. Holy crap, that heals for a ton. It's like a huge shield, but it also just seems like it heals you. Very weird. I love the new animation on Thunderclap. Watch this, watch this. Boom! Actually lifts the foot up and slams it down. That is amazing. Unlike, that's a really nice shield that it gives you guys. Now, with critical block being our mastery, obviously shield block's going to be the main. But if you gotta take something other than physical damage, ignoring pain's gonna be awesome. That damage increase off of it's pretty nice also. So far damage feels really really low, but I mean Prot Warriors have never been exactly top notch when it came to damage anyways. Alright, so I see where the focus rage thing comes in. You do build a ton of rage. It's gonna probably help more for questing than anything.
Target something first.
Because that was taking a long time. Alright, so Focus Rage does make it a decent gameplay. I wasn't sure how that was going to play in, but while you're soloing, if you've got any issues with killing something, I mean, basically you're just going to dump it into Focus Rage and then you'll hit Shield Slam that's going to wreck. Just allows you to build it up a bit better without dumping into that Shield Slam. Place to dump your rage, because Shield Slam does not cost rage anymore, guys. Neither does Revenge or Devastate. Yeah, that Ignore Pain seems to be healing some way, too. Because I was way lower than that in damage, and then all of a sudden I just...
Closer.
Yeah, see, it's putting a heal on me. Weird. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I don't have anything that's... That is absolutely weird, unless it was something else that was on there. I did see an extra buff, but that was kind of an odd situation. Not 100% sure what was causing that one. Maybe that buff will pop up again and I'll get to see it. Yeah, still no voice acting left on the beginning quest for Warriors. It's playing good so far, though. I've got a bunch of buttons in comparison to some of them, though. Maybe this guy's gonna come. There we go. There's that buff. Into the fray. Oh, okay, that's the end of the fray, and then... So it's the leech, I guess. The leech that's healing me. So the 3% leech that I've got is what's actually healing me up. Interesting. Seems a little on the broken side.
Range.
Oh man. Still got shielding. What's going on? Wanted to see if I could last stand through that, and apparently not. It's made to kill you, no matter what. Alright, so we finally made it to Valhalla. And here's Odin. Odin. Still missing voice acting here also. Place still looks great. Still under construction. As you can see, there's a floating Valkyrie behind us. Probably up on a table dancing or something, and they just moved her over. Forget fixing her positioning. Alright, we should be able to pick our artifact right after this. Yes. Protection. An ancient Verkal king crafted a stolen scale of Netharian. Ooh. Netharian the Earth Warder into a bulwark of immense power. This great shield now lies by his side deep in a nearly forgotten tomb. Reclaim this shield and you will reap not only an impenetrable guard, but also a glimpse of the mighty fiery powers of the dragon aspect himself. The Scale Warder. Let's see, the caption says, "Here is whence true strength comes, from deep places within the world and within oneself." Right on. So let's get this bad boy. To Magnar Icebreaker. Yeah. Gonna space jump down. Bazinga! Oh man. Well, that was a little lame. I mean, at least the Fury one, you come crashing down looking like a meteorite. There we go. Graphics just broken, guys. Oh no, I think I like Ignore Pain better than the shield block, guys. And again, I'm not taking any damage, so... Yeah, definitely gonna have to see how this plays in a dungeon. Or 8, but that'll be a different video. We're gonna try and get this, Gonna try and get this guy situated to where he's playing, let's get that artifact quest and then we'll work on the other stuff. So far, oh, really? I know this tomb. Same as the BM, Hunter, and oh, we just did it yesterday. The Prot Paladin. Revenge is broken. We can't use it. I'm gonna get wrecked by imps because I can't use my main ability. Thank you, Victory Rush.
It's too far away.
The imps are broken. Cannot hit them with any AE.
I'm out of range.
No revenge. Ah, Alpha. How much you piss me off sometimes. Could have these little monsters down already. There we go, that worked.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Revenge is completely broken right now. Yeah, so this is extremely broken and uncomfortable. I don't like not being able to build up rage because I can't use revenge. So, hopefully we'll get through this pretty easy. But with revenge and our AoEs not working, hopefully they don't want us to take a lot of stuff either. Or it fixes itself halfway through, because right now it's just not doing anything worthwhile. Yeah, no worky. I go straight into retard mode. Very slow on building up rage, not being able to use revenge, guys. Even though it only generates 5, it's the only ability you have that actually generates rage.
I don't have a target.
You know, for such a mysterious place, BM's through there, Prot Pelly's through there, and Prot Warrior is this way. So with 3 doors, they have 3 different unique items that are locked in this place, and nobody's ever found it before. Things that make you go, Like I always say, if you can't reach it, throw something at it. Never fails. Good piece of advice there. I will protect you, Ruthner. Holy crap, revenge works.
It's too far away.
Yay.
I'm out of range.
And now it's broken again. The worst part about this is the fact that I can't do nothing about it. And I died. Alright, well, that's a little embarrassing, but I'm going to blame it on the fact that we don't have abilities that are working correctly right now. It's really kind of a sad ordeal, but revenge is not wanting to work. And he doesn't need my help, apparently. Yeah, this thing is completely broken right now, guys. Just keep that in mind. It is, it's not supposed to be this way, I swear. But not being able to do our main AoE and one of our main cooldown abilities is really putting a damper on things. Yeah, see, Haruther's even dead, and he's...
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Since we can't AoE. Silly revenge. Normally I don't think this would be a problem, but not having revenge and not being able to generate that extra rage is a huge damper with it not working. Slowly but surely we'll pick these guys off and completely negate this.
It's too far away.
Unfortunately, alpha is alpha, guys.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Hope it doesn't act like this in a actual dungeon, because if it does, this is going to be very irritating. This is off the most recent alpha build, so I don't know if it was doing this before, but revenge not working is a total blasphemy.
I'm out.
I really like that ignore pain mechanic, though. It does help a lot.
It's too far away. I need to target. Closer.
It's a good thing Hrathner's bugged also. He just can't die. Sorry, dude, I cannot save you.
It's too far away.
Keep saying revenge light up, and I just can't do nothing about it. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Alright, down the two left. Yay! Hrathner's back to actives also, so.
Need a target.
Absolutely dumb to have to do it that way. But it's what you gotta do. It's what you gotta do. Welcome to Alpha. Whoa. Looks like that was the wrong time. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. Was too busy submitting that bug. So far, failing wonderfully as Prot Warrior. I'm not going to take any of the blame, though, as this being my fault, because, well, normally I do perfectly fine on a Prot Warrior when the mechanics work.
I'm out of range. Closer. It's too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Yeah, so move out of the way of that penta strikes, guys. It hurts. Wasn't paying too much of attention, and you can't stun him through that, just the Blade Storm. Ah, there we go. How's this one look in comparison? That's very nice looking also. Very nice looking. So we gotta go back to Dalaran and take the Odin's Portal. We'll take a look at some of the skins here real quick. That looks really good, especially on a Tauren. That thing being on a Tauren, I mean, it's a good looking shield. We'll see how the skins match up to the Paladin one though, because the Paladin one looks really damn good, guys. Hate to be that guy, but it looks really good. This one's not looking too bad either. I'm just a sucker for a really good looking shield. This way. It looks like it fits really well also. Blizzard team's been doing a really good job of making sure the cosmetic items actually look decent. To the Master Smith. Yeah, they still got the cloak clipping, but that shield looks really good. Wow. I mean, the way it's sitting there and everything, that's... See how it goes. Let's take a look at some of the other skins of it. So, main ability off of this thing, Neltharian's Fury. Entered a defensive posture, causing all incoming attacks to be critically blocked, while a stream of Shadow Flame erupts out of your shield, dealing 16,991 Shadow Flame damage to all enemies in 4 yards, in a 4-yard cone every 0.5 seconds. So basically this thing's going to hit 6 times, and it's also going to have you over 4 seconds be able to critically block everything. You can use taunt and other defensive abilities while this is active. That's kind of a neat little adjustment there, guys. I don't know how... Again, I've not done this. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but channeled stuff on tanks usually doesn't end well. So we'll see how this goes. Strength of the Earth aspect. Devastate damage increased by 15%. Alright. So it doesn't have the placeholder one that the others did, just removing damage. So, let's look at these here talents. Looks like Rage of the Fallen. Revenge damage increased by 3%. That'll be awesome as long as it's working. Vertical Shield Training. Armor increased by 3%. That's always a good thing. More armor equals less damage. Will to Survive. Increase health bonus from last stand by 10%. Alright. Toughness. Increases stamina by 3%. Okay, so we can see that you are going to be, yet again, the Stam Armor Tank. You are fitting your class like you used to back in Vanilla and BC. That's going to be cool. BC, that they were the class for basically Stam armor. The more you had, the better off you were, and paladins were known for picking up a bunch of ads because you couldn't do it. Rumbling voice. Okay. Duration and radius of demoralizing shout increased by 50%. Not too shabby. Might of the Vertical. While demoralizing shout is active, the rage generated from shield slam and revenge is increased by 50%. So, I'm guessing this is going to do like 22? Right around 7 extra rage, 8 extra rage, something like that. 22, 23 rage. And then revenge is going to do like 7, 8. Interesting. Will of Steel, it's not yet implemented. Intervene now redirects 2 additional attacks. And the damage is reduced by 20%. Leaping Giants. Reduce the cooldown of Heroic Leap by 2 seconds. Alright. Scales of Earth. Critical blocks have a chance to cause an eruption from your shield, increasing your armor by 30% and causing 8 physical damage. Well, the physical damage part's not cool, but the 30% reduced, or sorry, increased armor, that's awesome. Okay, so while shield block is active, shield slam has a 5% increased critical strike chance. Alright, that's cool. It's called Shattered Bones. Intolerance, maximum rage increased by 10. Okay, for the rage pooling. Thunderclap damage increased by 10% from Thunder Crash. Dragon Skin increases the amount of damage ignored from Ignore Pain by 2%. That's kind of cool. Spell Reflect now reflects all spells cast on you for 5 seconds, and reflecting a spell generates 10 rage. So yeah, reflecting is going to be cool. Dragon Scales. Blocking an attack has a chance to generate 3 black dragon scales that orbit around you. Being hit consumes these scales, granting you 30 rage and increases the value of your next Ignore Pain by 60%. That's really awesome. That's going to be cool as shit. So there you have it. The talents seem better implemented, but this may play out really well. Again, it's alpha. They're doing a lot of changing. You've got an iron relic slot, you have a blood relic slot, and then you have a fire relic slot, which is currently locked. So let's get into the appearances. Guys, how's this thing looking? Well, one, it's clipping down into the anvil here. Let's see if we can get it to fix itself. No, we can't. So it's going to be stuck clipping. Great. That's never good. We'll look at the different colors. This is your original. It's alright looking. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, that's looking nice. Wish I could see the bottom of it. Alpha's alpha, guys. Just remember that. Alpha is alpha. So this is all testing. This is stuff that they know about, or they are planning on fixing before it hits live. Let it spin around real fast and we'll take a look at the front half. That one's not bad. Decent looking. Oh, that is great. It looks very familiar, but that unbroken stand. I like the spikes, man. Let the PvP one swirl around. You can see some spike work down on the bottom. It's way down here, guys. Looks like it's going to be an awesome model. Really big, good tower shield. At least we can see the top of it, and that one's alright. I like it. I could definitely do some PvP. It almost looks like it's supposed to be like a dagger or a shield that's in the shape of a sword, so. But that's it, guys. Too bad half of it was in the anvil. We're going to go ahead and cut it, and I will bring you a video, an actual gameplay video here, hopefully soon after this. Alright, thanks and have a good day.